Al-Hajj, the pilgrimage. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful. O mankind, fear your Lord, for the quake of the hour of judgment is a mighty thing. On the day when you see it, every suckling woman shall forget her suckling babe, and every pregnant one shall drop her burden. And you shall see mankind as drunken, yet they not drunk, but the doom of Allah will be strong upon them. And among the people there are some who dispute about Allah without knowledge, and when they follow every rebellious devil, it is decreed that whoever makes the devil his friend, surely he will mislead him and guide him the punishment of the flame. O mankind, if you are in doubt concerning the resurrection, consider that we created you of dust, then of cement, then of a clot of blood, then of a lump of flesh, shaped and unshaped, so that we demonstrate to you our power. And we keep in the wombs what we please to an appointed term, and afterwards we bring you forth as infants. Then we cause you to grow up, that you reach your prime. And among you some die young, and some are sent back to the feeblest old age, so that they know nothing after they had knowledge. And O Muhammad, you sometimes see the earth dry and barren, but where we pour down rain on it, it trembles and swells, and grows of every pleasant pear. That is so because Allah is the truth, and it is He who gives life to the dead, and it is He who has power over all things. And the hour of resurrection will come. There is no doubt about it. And Allah will raise up those who are in the graves. Some there are amongst men who dispute about Allah without knowledge, or guidance, or an enlightening book, turning aside in order to lead people astray from the path of Allah. For him in this world there is ignominy, and on the day of resurrection we shall make him taste the doom of burning. O man, this torment of burning is because of your handiwork of old, for Allah is not unjust to His servants. Some there are amongst people who worship Allah hesitantly on the verge. If good comes upon him, he rests in it. But if an ordeal befalls him, he turns himself round to infidelity. He loses both this world and the hereafter. That is the clear perdition. He calls apart from Allah what does not harm him or benefit him. That is the far aberration. He calls unto him whose harm is nearer than his benefit. What a bad protector, and what a bad companion. Surely Allah will cause those who believe and work righteous deeds to enter gardens underneath which rivers flow. Surely Allah does what He pleases. If any man thinks that Allah will not help him, His messenger in the world, and in the hereafter, let him stretch out a rope to heaven, to the ceiling of his house, then let him cut it off. Then let him behold whether his plan will remove what enrages him. Thus, we send it down as clear signs, and surely Allah guides aright whomever He wills. Surely those who believe in Islam, and those who are Jews, and the Sabaeans, and the Christians, and the Magians, and those who become polytheists, assuredly Allah will judge between them on the day of resurrection, and Allah is witness over all things. Have you not seen and perceived that to Allah prostrate all who are in the heavens and who are on the earth, and the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains and the trees and the beasts and many of mankind? And many of mankind deserve punishment, and whoever Allah makes lowly, there is none to give him honor. Assuredly, Allah does what He will. These are two antagonists who disputed about their Lord. As for those who disbelieve, garments of fire will be cut out for them, while boiling water will be poured down on their heads. Whatever is in their bodies and skins are melted by it. And for them are gods of iron. Whenever they desire to go forth from hell in distress, they are returned to it. And it will be said, taste the torment of burning. Surely Allah will cause to those who believe and do good works to enter gardens underneath which rivers flow. Therein they will be adorned with bracelets of gold and pearls, and their attire therein will be of silk. And they have been guided unto good speech in this life. They have been guided unto the path of Him who is worthy of all praise. Surely those who disbelieve, while they keep back man from the way of Allah, and the inviolable sanctuary which we have made open to all men, and the dweller, and the nomad, whoever desires with infidelity injustice, we shall cause him to taste of a most grievous penalty. And remember, when we appointed for Abraham the site of the HAJ, we said to him, do not associate with me anything, and purify my house for those who circumambulate, and those who stand, and those who bow and prostrate, and proclaim among the people their pilgrimage. They will come to you on foot and on lean camels coming from every deep ravine. They will come so that they may witness benefits for them. And during the known appointed days they mention the name of Allah. Over the beasts of cattle He has provided them. Then eat thereof and feed the unfortunate and distressed poor. Then they should end their encampedness, fulfill their vows, and go round circumambulate the ancient house. And the principle of HAJ is that whosoever glorifies the sacred things of Allah, it will be best for him in the sight of his Lord. And the cattle are lawful to you except what has already mentioned to you. Therefore, guard yourselves against the idols and shun false testimony. Perform your duties of Hajj, being men of pure faith who are righteous to Allah, without associating any partner with Him. For the man who serves other gods beside Allah is like the man who falls from the sky and the birds had snatched him, or the wind had blown him to a far-off place. That is the behavior of disbelievers, and whosoever glorifies the rights of Allah, that is from the devotion of hearts. To you there are benefits in the livestock for a named term. Then the place of sacrifices is the area of the ancient HAJ. And for every nation we have appointed a ritual for sacrifice, so that they should mention the name of Allah over the beasts of cattle which He has provided for them. So your God is one God. So to Him surrender, O Muhammad. Give glad tidings to the devotees of worship, whose hearts fare when Allah is mentioned before them, and those who are patient in what befalls them, and these who perform the prayer salat, and those expand from what we provide them. And the camels we have appointed them for you as among the ceremonials of Allah. Therein is good for you. So mention the name of Allah over them standing in rows. And when they fall down on their sides dead, eat of them and feed the poor and the beggar. Thus we have subjugated them to you, that perhaps you will be grateful. Note it well that neither their flesh nor their blood shall reach Allah, but it is your pity and veneration that reaches Him. Thus has He subjugated them to you, so that You should glorify Him for the guidance He has given you, and give glad tidings to the doers of good. Allah defends those who have believed, but surely Allah does not like every treacherous ingrate. Fighting is permitted to those who are fought against because they were wronged, and surely Allah is able to help them. Those who have been expelled unjustly from their homes only for the reason that they said, "Our Lord is Allah." For had it not been for Allah's repelling some men by means of others, monasteries, churches, synagogues, and mosques, wherein the name of Allah is often mentioned, would have been demolished. Allah will surely help those people who help Him. Truly Allah is strong, almighty. Those who, if we give them power in the earth, establish the prayer and pay the zakat, and enjoin kindness and forbid iniquity, and to Allah is the sequel of all affairs. If they deny you, Muhammad, you should remember that before them the folk of Noah and the tribes of Ad and Thamud denied our messengers, and the people of Abraham and of Lut. And the dwellers of Midian had denied also our messengers, and Moses was denied. But I indulged the disbelievers a long while, then seized them, and how terrible was my abhorrence. How many a town have we destroyed while it was sinful, so it is now fallen down on its pillars, and how many a desert well and lofty tower. Have they not travelled in the land, and have they hearts to comprehend with, or ears to hear with? For indeed eyes do not become blind, but hearts which are in the chest become blind. And they ask you to hasten the torment. Allah shall never fail His promise. Truly a day with Allah is 1,000 years of what you reckon. And how many a town I give respite to while it was simple. Then I grasped it. Unto me is the return, the destination of all. Say, Muhammad, O man, I am only a manifest warner unto you. Those who believed and did righteous deeds, for them is forgiveness and a generous provision. But those who strive against our signs to frustrate them, look, they are the companions of the fire. And we never send a messenger or prophet before you, but without doubt, when he framed a desire, Satan cast into his desire some affair. But Allah abrogates what Satan casts. Then Allah establishes, perfects His signs, revelations, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Allah allowed the devil to do this because He wanted to make what Satan cast a trial, a temptation, for those in whose hearts is a disease, and those whose hearts are hardened. And surely the wrongdoers are in far-gone dissension and discord. And that those who have been given knowledge may know that it is the truth from your Lord, so that they may believe therein and their heart may submit humbly unto Him. And surely Allah guides those who believe to the straight path. But those who disbelieve will persist in doubt of it until the hour comes upon them suddenly, or there comes upon them the doom of a disastrous day. The sovereignty on that day belongs to Allah. He will judge between them. Then those who believed and did righteous deeds will be in gardens of delight. And those who disbelieved and denied our signs, revelations for them, will be a shameful doom. And those who left their homes for the sake of Allah, and then were killed or died, Allah verily will provide for them a good provision. For truly Allah is the best of providers. Verily, He will cause them to enter a place with which they shall be well pleased. For Allah is knower, gentle. That is so. Whoever punishes with the like of that with which he was punished, and then is again oppressed, Allah will indeed succor him. Allah is relenting, forgiving. That is because Allah makes the night pass into the day, and then makes the day pass into the night, and Allah is hearer, seer. That is because Allah is the truth, and that which they call instead of Him is the false, and because of Allah He is the high, the great. Have you not seen that Allah brings down water from heaven? Thus the earth becomes green. Surely Allah is subtle, all aware. To Him belongs what is in the heavens and what is in the earth, and Allah is indeed the independent, praiseworthy. Have you not seen that Allah has subjected, made serviceable to you all that is in the earth, and the vessels that run upon the sea by His command, and He holds back the heaven, sky, or rain from falling on the earth unless by His leave? Surely Allah is kind and merciful to mankind. And it is He who gave you life, then He will cause you to die, then He again will give you life. Truly man is ever ungrateful. For every nation have we appointed a law, rites and ceremonies that they observe. So let them not dispute the matter with you, and invite them to your Lord, for you are surely following a straight guidance. And if they wrangle with you, say, Allah knows best what you are doing. Allah will judge between you on the day of resurrection concerning that in which you differ. Have you not known that Allah knows what is in the heaven and the earth? Indeed, this is in a book, a record. This is indeed easy for Allah. And they worship apart from Allah things for which He sent down no authority and of which they have no knowledge. And for the iniquities there is no helper. And when our clear revelation signs are recited unto them, you can recognize the denial on the face of those who disbelieve. They are almost jumping to assault those who recite our revelations to them. Say, shall I tell you of worse than that? The fire. Allah has promised it to those who disbelieve. Evil is the destination. O mankind, a parable is set forth. So listen to it. Surely those whom you invoke apart from Allah will never create a fly, even if they join together for the purpose. And if the fly took something from them, they could not rescue it from him. Hence, we are both the seeker and the sought. They do not esteem Allah His rightful measure. Truly, Allah is strong, almighty. Allah chooses from the angels messengers, and from mankind. Truly Allah is hearer, seer. He knows what is before them and what is behind them, and to Allah all affairs are returned. O you who believe, bow and prostrate yourself, and worship your Lord, and do good, that perhaps you may prosper, and fight for Allah, the right fight for Him. He has chosen you, and has not laid upon you in religion any hardship. The faith of your father Abraham. He named you Muslims previously, and in this scripture that the messenger may be a witness against you, and that you may be witnesses against all people. Therefore, observe the prayer, and pay the zakat, and hold fast to Allah, for He is your patron, an excellent patron, an excellent helper.